Hi everyone, my name is Maria. My partner José and I will be giving a short but interesting interactive presentation about the subject of zoosemiotics. I don't know if anybody ever heard here what those zoosemiotics or animal communication consists of, but our duty today is to encourage you to understand how communication takes place in the animal kingdom. First off, to start with, we have a compelling thought of a French thinker called René Descartes, who said, "For it is a very remarkable fact that there are none so depraved and stupid, without even excepting idiots, that they cannot arrange different words together, forming of them a statement by which they can make their own thoughts, while, on the other hand, there is no other animal, however perfect and fortunately circumstanced it may be, which can do the same." With this thought, our aim is for you to think about and invite to reflection about the very distant and different gap there is between the human being, the human species, and the animal species, how apart we are, and if it is in the sense that the author highlights how the most capable animal is not yet to match the intelligence of the most challenged human being. Hi again, guys. As we get in deeper in our presentation, here is the nitty-gritty of what you will find out in our table of contents. So first off, we have definition of zoosemiotics, introduction, types of communication, the essential components, and from now on, my partner José will pick up from here the presentation and talk to you about functions of communication, the use of senses in animal communication, the visual and the auditory, and the use of senses in animal communication, olfactive and tactile. Then we'll go with a summary, wrap with a conclusion, and present our references. Introduction. In order to understand this topic, the main idea we have to grasp is the definition of zoosemiotics. Zoosemiotics is the study of the use of signs among animals to communicate. This term was first discovered by a biologist called Nico Timberherd, and the most important thing you have to understand is that it is a simple process with only two participants, the signaler, the animal who sends the signal, and the receiver, the animal who receives the signal. Types of animal communication. In the animal kingdom, there are two different types of possible communication. A classification composed of intraspecific and interspecific communication. As you see on the graphic, the intraspecific communication is any type of animal communication that takes place in the same species of the animal. For example, a cat to a cat, or a monkey to another monkey. And this communication is proper and is specific to the animals who manage the same linguistic code. A good example would be like a club membership. To put it into perspective, each animal species have their own unique pattern they can reproduce. Here we see on the example a honeybee dance or a peacock's courtship. The interspecific communication is a global, more broad type of animal communication. This happens between animals of different species and it varies according to the sender and the recipient. It could take place in three different instances. For example, a prey to a predator to prey, a human and to animal communication. Now, after getting a glimpse of the different types of animal communication, we have to meet the distinct components that make this communication possible. It is very simple as we only have three components of which two are the participants. The signaler is the animal that emits the signal, and the receiver is the animal that receives the signal, and the channel, which is the means that the communication is established.
Okay guys, So now, I am going to explain you what the actual functions behind animal communication are. The very first function of animal communication is the agonistic interaction, in which animals display threats, retreats, or conciliation during competition over food, mates, or territory. The second function is the mating ritual, which is used to attract or maintain the attention of possible mates. The next one is territoriality, in which an animal of a particular species protects or defends an area from animals of other species. The fourth function is food-related signal, which consists of how certain animals lead or take the members of a social group to food sources. And the last one is alarm call, used to warn in response to a threat from a predator. Then we have the use of senses in animal communication. These senses are known as signals. So, the first signal mentioned in this whole presentation is the visual one. This signal includes movements, specific postures, facial expressions, color identification, and light perception. The latter is considered as a visual means used at night. Then we have the auditory signal, which is the transmission of information from one member to another by sound production. These signals are more powerful than visual signals since they get direct attention of the receiver. We also have the odor signals that can convey information in light and dark scenarios, short and long distances, can travel around or through obstacles, and can last for hours or days. And it involves mate identification, marking territory, and alarm spreading. The last signal we analyze in this whole presentation is the tactile, which consists of a physical contact in which two or more animals transmit information. Some insects, such as ants, termites, and honeybees, are involved in this process. Okay, as a review of this whole presentation, we can sum up by saying that zoosemiotics is the study of animal communication. Also, it is important to mention that Nicholas Tinbergen developed the classical ethological view of communication in 1951. Animal communication can be intraspecific or interspecific, and the use of senses in animals is crucial to produce communicative signals. So, we can conclude by saying that all living beings are able to communicate and convey information. Animal communication is not always explicit, and it involves a mechanism of survival for its use. Also, animals do not only communicate with other animals, but also with their physical surroundings and environment. We would like to invite you to search more information concerning zoosemiotics and animal communication, since it is a very interesting and broad field of study that can help you to understand better the importance of communication for us, the human race, and for all living beings. And here are our references. Thank you.